Welcome to Social Ella Ministries, where we are committed to glorifying God while exposing the devil. There are many people nowadays who call themselves prophets, and while they may have certain spiritual gifts, that title was something they put on themselves. They put on the mantle of a prophet without truly being a prophet from the Lord. He did not appoint or anoint them. Now, they want the office of a prophet. They want the power and the prestige, but the responsibilities, and by that I mean the suffering that comes along with it, is something they're not truly willing to bear. When a person proclaims him or herself as being a prophet, they usually get a certain amount of respect. There are a lot of false prophets out there, and they got a lot of respect. People still cling to the words that they say. But being a true prophet of the Lord requires sacrifice. Daniel, one of the most famous prophets in the Bible, when you look in Daniel chapter 1, when he was captured, he was taken and brought in among the eunuchs, which implies that he was castrated and made into a eunuch in order to serve into King Nebuchadnezzar's court. But that was exactly where he needed to be so that he could be of the highest value to the Lord. Isaiah, the one who prophesied the coming of Jesus, the Prince of Peace, Emmanuel, God with us. There was a point when he walked around naked for 3 years as a prophetic sign. Those kind of things should truly make people have a respect for the office and not to desecrate it by trying to be something that they're not. Micaiah, when King Ahab sent for him, he didn't want to hear from Micaiah because he knew Micaiah was going to tell him the truth. But King Jehoshaphat was the one who said, "Is there not a prophet of the Lord we can inquire of?" And as a result of Micaiah telling King Ahab the truth, King Ahab put the prophet in jail. He put the prophet in jail for truly proclaiming what the Lord had said. He didn't show up to tickle his ears. He wasn't there to try to get money from him. No. He spoke the word of the Lord, and he was put in prison for it. But to me, one of the most challenging parts was with Ezekiel. And in Ezekiel chapter 24, starting with verse 15, it reads, "Also the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, behold, I take away from thee the desire of thine eyes with a stroke. Yet neither shalt thou mourn nor weep, neither shall thy tears run down. Forbear to cry, make no mourning for the dead. Bind the tire of thine head upon thee, and put on thy shoes upon thy feet, and cover not thy lips, and eat not the bread of men. So I spake unto the people in the morning, and at even my wife died, and I did it in the morning as commanded." The Lord told his prophet that he was going to kill his wife, but it was going to be a sign, and he shouldn't mourn, shouldn't cry. And that is exactly what the prophet did. Many people want to be prophets because they think it's glorious, but there's sacrifice. And one of the things the Bible doesn't truly let us know is how all those prophets were developed. We kind of get a story of Moses, where the Lord called Moses, and then next moment Moses was in Egypt. And many people are under the assumption that it's just that easy. There is a molding process that takes place. Now, Joseph may not be listed as being an official prophet, but when you look at what he went through, those 13 years in slavery and in prison, just so he could stand in front of Pharaoh and interpret that dream for him to where he was exalted as a governor of Egypt. It involves sacrifice. If someone's going to tell you that he or she's a prophet and there is no sacrifice involved in that person's story, more than likely that person is not a true prophet of the Lord. It involves sacrifice. When the Lord sent Jonah to Nineveh to preach and he was disobedient, it is truly hard for a person to call him or herself or to be a prophet of the Lord and to be disobedient. But it's not always easy. But it amazes me the amount of people who are calling themselves prophets and they haven't been through the crushing. They haven't been through the furnace of affliction over and over again. And if a person cannot handle rejection, more than likely, again, that person is not a prophet. Prophets usually go through a lot of rejection so that they can be of use to the Lord. The Lord humbles before he exalts. In Numbers 12, it tells us that Moses was the most humble man on the face of the earth. Prophets go through processes that should cause them to be humble. Should cause them to be humble. It is almost as if they live in a furnace of affliction. And even if they want to puff up, they can't, because they continually get crushed. So that it is the Lord's will that get done and not their own. God bless you.